Hello, my name is Georges Genti, and you're listening to Is It a Bicycle? Ireland's original, longest-running, and bestest ever TV and movie podcast.
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for.
Lads, I don't know what film you were watching, but it wasn't the same film I saw.
I'm all the man you need, Mark.
Yeah, I was pretty shocked and appalled.
So I'll bring it up, Ted.
It wasn't a very good movie. I laughed at it more than I laughed at The Possession.
Good evening and welcome to Is It a Bicycle? Season 6, Episode 23. This week we look at the best and the worst of Season 5. Yes folks, it's the season finale, so sit back and enjoy as we make fools of ourselves at length for your oral pleasure. Yes Mike, it's still Errol.
Beside me is a man who really loves nature despite what it's done to him. It's Mike, the McDonough. Also beside me this week, folks, we have a special guest who's flown in especially from Dubai. Later we'll be asking him what, as an outsider, he thinks of the human race. It's AJ, our biggest fan, Butler.
So, AJ, I was just wondering, because you're like a primary source, I was wondering if I could ask you, what exactly is the difference between Dubai and Abu Dhabi?
About 45 minutes drive.
Oh, okay. Because what I heard it was that they don't like the Flintstones in Dubai, but they do like the people in Abu Dhabi do. Flintstones. and that's me done. Right.
And in the blue corner, it's our cuddly killer, a man whose safe word is mbop. It's Mark, superhero Leonard. Also beside me is a man who says that being a writer is a great job if you love looking at a blinking cursor and wishing you were dead. It's Sean, I love cans, Leonard. God damn it. And in the red corner, it's our cuddly killer, who says sometimes he's playing a dangerous game like Call of Duty and people ask if he gets scared. He says, honestly, no, your training just takes over. Mark, superhero Leonard. Beside me is a man who this week said, the platypus... Beside me is a man who this week... Shut up.
Psych.
Beside me is a man who this week said, and I was like, I'm sick of your shit, bitch. And she was like, to speak to a representative, please press 6. It's Mike, the McDonough. This week we were joined by a very special guest reviewer, a lady whose skinny jeans are so tight I now know what a pancreas looks like. It's Shona, I love Canadiac O'Flaherty.
Hello, Amy.
And in the blue corner, it's our cuddly killer, a man who this week said, you know, I try not to tweet about stuff I'm up to just in case it's taken out of context. But this cock is so delicious. Oh God, it's Mark, superhero Leonard. Live from Vegas, we have a man who accidentally has 2 dates tomorrow night and is unsure whether to handle it like a sitcom or an adult. It's Sean. And in the red corner, it's our cuddly killer, a man who we all know from the Samaritans hotline poster. It's Mark, superhero Leonard. And in the red corner, it's our cuddly killer, a man who likes to think that automatic soap dispenser is just really happy to see him. It's Mark, superhero Leonard. This week we'll be... Beside me is a man who this week said the platypus has to be the weirdest looking animal that have ever gotten pregnant. McDonough. Live from Vegas, we have a man who this week said, remember when Disney used to produce cartoons, not teen sluts? Sean, I love cans, Leonard. But in the blue corner, it's our cuddly killer, a man who says it's much easier to hula hoop with an erection. It's Mark, superhero Leonard. Beside me is a man who's always wondered what life would have been like had he had enough oxygen at birth. It's Mike, the McDonough. Set aside this special time with us to oh shit, I fucked it up. To set aside the special time to humiliate.
Humiliate?
I'm bad luck. I'm so glad I'm back.
Is this a whole new word we haven't...
Humiliate.
That's what you were doing to him now, man.
Humiliate. I'm reading what I wrote, which is my mistake. Humiliate. And in the red corner, it's our cuddly killer, a man who set aside the special time to humiliate himself in public. It's Mark. Fuck it.
I love Gans Leonard.
It's Mark, superhero Leonard.
Yeah, I threw him off.
Of course, we'll also have some of the usuals. The news at Mark. What are you doing this week, Mike? Hang on a second.
We'll wing it.
Okay, hang on.
Yeah.
We'll also have some of the usuals. The news at Mark. Fuck.
You were doing so well, Steve.
Did you know it, Mike?
Fuck it. I'm reading what I shouldn't be reading, right?
Now I'm shocked and appalled. I'm shocked and appalled and disgusted.
Okay, Man of Steel. They tried to do something new with Superman, which is commendable. What is unfortunate is that he wasn't really Superman. They took a lot out of
Transformers.
They took a lot. They took a lot out of the heart of Superman. He always used to.
Wow.
I was. If I was a nice person, I would have been shocked and appalled.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
I sat there and put it on Series Link.
Mute. I think you just woke up on the wrong side of the cage, Mike.
No. Listen, we're only 10 minutes into this, and you.
The settings are very gritty, and you're looking at it's not very gritty, but it is gritty. There's a lot more grit to it than
True Grit.
Again, this Irish guy said True Grit.
What was the Doctor Who 50th anniversary
50th.
show?
No, but I think I saw the original Doctor Who 50 years ago.
Yeah. That was for your 30th, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You went out to the old pictures. Yeah.
That's right. Talkies, we used to call them. Yeah, well, on behalf of the under 12s, I'm going to give it a thriller.
Yeah, okay, yeah. You can represent.
A vicarious vote
Mike.
for the youngsters.
Yeah, well, I would agree with that. I would say, if, people in that age group there's probably quite a lot of parents listening to us too. It'd be worth maybe letting your kids do it.
Yeah, it'll keep the little bastards quiet for an hour. Yeah?
Cheap babysitter. Sexy Evil Genius.
What is that?
Mike.
Katie Sackhoff.
Katie Sackhoff.
In a bikini.
Is she sexy?
She's always sexy.
Is she
That's
evil?
all you need to know, really.
Yeah. And she's pretty evil. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a cool movie, actually. It's practically, completely, and utterly takes place just in one room.
Mm-hmm.
So it's quite stageable.
That's very interesting.
Yeah. And it's all chat.
2 characters?
5, 6.
Yeah.
Oh,
5,
okay.
6, yeah, worth a look. Yeah, definitely worth a look.
What's the genre?
Sackhoff.
Okay, good.
That's going to be a new award in the
Yeah.
Vikings,
The Sackhoff Award.
Okay, next is Dexter, final season. Let's talk about the bridge. The bridge. Well, I guess we've talked about this before, haven't we? This is.
I think we might.
I didn't.
Yeah, this is. There was a series called Bron Bron, I believe, in.
Nobody
Sweden.
saw that, Steve. It was subtitled.
It was fantastic.
A lot of people in Denmark and Sweden saw it.
Yeah.
But it's not subtitled there.
And so this is so this is the US remake, which also has subtitles in it.
Yeah, strangely enough.
And so what they've done is they've put the bridge between the US and
Mexico.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The same people, or
Yeah.
The killing was full of misery and grief and all that, and how terrible it was.
Yeah.
This is kind of a bit funny because they got a body and they've cut it in half each side of the border.
Yeah.
And it's just that way.
And that's just naturally funny.
One TV show that's going to solve this crime over the course of multiple episodes. So I thought the similarities there with the killing.
This kind of just didn't gel at me, this version of it. I think the other version was much better.
Was it the subtitles that got to your...
I'd say that was it. He likes reading his TV.
No, it was...
I would like to insert a rebuttal, followed by agreeing a little bit with both of the men, who just spoke.
You watching Office Space lately, weren't you?
So Mike, you've said that before with pretty much any movie I can remember that we've reviewed that mixes genres.
Yeah, I don't like mixing genres.
Hey man, that's not a comment on you. That's just something I'm saying about you. Okay.
I'm very touchy about my genres. I'm very protective of them.
You want things to be one thing. It should be 30 minutes long, and it should involve an Apache helicopter and a lot of zombies.
Exactly.
I get it, Mike. I get it.
It didn't seem to work. And the other problem I had with it was that they tried to be offensive for the sake of being offensive, it seemed, to a lot of different cultures, different races. I mean, getting an Asian lady to dress up as a Japanese character to impress Chinese businessmen. And then they go, oh yeah, we'll sign the deal. Yeah, because she's there. That's just, you're laughing.
I think Mike enjoyed that part.
Well, okay, that's one part. And the other one was, the cleaner, the funny thing about her was her accent because she was Mexican, It's just not, it's not funny now. That's just been done. Had it look this virtual had it been
You're making this so fucking funny, Steve.
No, but had it been animated, it might have worked. I can imagine like the Family Guide using this kind of stuff, so. Mark.
These are all Mike's favourite parts.
I know, yeah, I can see this.
Just described.
He's just like, oh my god, this is
so
the best
funny.
bit.
As you were talking away there, he was going, oh yeah, that was the best bit. I forgot about that part.
All right, guys, I've got a quick thing I want to do here, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's a pop quiz, right? Each of you.
And the tension is rising really quickly.
Each of you have got 4 questions, right? It's
competitive streaks.
You, right? Okay, I'm going to go, it's going to be quick fire, right? Oh, fuck. It's about movies.
Oh, fucking
right?
Fuck. Does anybody know anything about movies?
If they're old movies, I'm fucked.
Who's got a pen? I need to take score there.
Mike does. He always carries around a notepad. Do you know what's in that notepad? It's the name of all his friends. It's 1 page long.
Not even that long.
Yeah. It's all blank. Of our names, and now he's crossing out mine. That's unfortunate. A thing of paper? You mean a pad?
No.
That's your credit union book.
Sorry. Well, jeez. That's looking a bit grim there. Oof. I love how people at home. I love how the people at home are in their cars are thinking we've got this funny little bit planned out.
I know.
We're just looking for a
now,
piece of paper.
Okay, it's going to go Mike, Mark, Sean, right? In that order.
Great.
Right? Mike, how many golden tickets were there in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Oh, 9.
Too slow.
No, there was 5. Okay,
fuck,
Mark, what is Nicolas Cage's real name?
No idea. Pass.
I want to get this one.
Go on. For extra bonus point.
It's Nicholas Coppola.
I'll take that. Nicholas Kim Coppola. Yeah, okay. So that's a bonus point, right?
Yes.
Sean, what does Hakuna Matata mean?
It means no worries.
Good man! I didn't think you'd get that. Good man.
Why?
Mike,
it's out in 93.
Mike, what state does Forrest Gump from?
Louisiana.
No. Anyone for an extra bonus point? Shout your name.
Fucking Kentucky, Sean.
No.
Kentucky.
No.
Fucking dicks in a basket.
Georgia.
No. Mark, do you want to have a go? Quick. No.
Is Tennessee a state?
It's gone.
Yes.
Yeah, it's gone.
Pennsylvania.
It was Alabama. Hard luck.
Alabama.
Mark, how many times did Mike stop, rewind, and pause scenes when watching Basic Instinct?
The tape broke, so we'll never know how many times he actually did it.
No, it was 827. Sorry. Sean, how many times do you have to say Beetlejuice for him to appear?
3.
Oh, good man. I thought it was too old for you to remember.
Oh, I remember.
Right, who's next? 7. Mark, from which movie comes the quote, Jim never vomits at home?
No idea.
Anyone for bonus points?
Oh, yeah, it's Airplane.
Hey! Mike, what is John Wayne's real original name?
Oh, it's Mary something or another.
Marion.
Oh,
Mark.
Oh, God, I know this.
Stevens?
Fuck it, I can't remember.
No, no one else knows.
Flatley.
No, his original, his birth cert was Marion Robert Morrison. They actually changed it to Marion Mitchell Morrison because they wanted to name his brother Robert. So, there you go. So that's a bit of a did you know in there. Sean, how many video recorders did Mike have to buy the week he watched 9.5 weeks?
All of them.
No, 5.
That's all they have anymore.
Mike, who are on a mission from God?
Blues Brothers.
Fucking fuck.
Can you name them?
Jake and Elwood.
Oh, with their real names.
The actors.
Sorry. John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah, okay, I get it. Mark, name the movie with the quote, "The first casualty of war is innocence." It's a Vietnam movie.
Is it Platoon?
Oh, good man.
Good
man, yeah.
And he's even got his hands over his head. Just like there, man.
And Sean, last one for you, and just to check
be contemporary.
you're paying attention. Which movie did I pick for next week's episode?
It's fucking got subtitles. Amour 2.
No, hard luck.
Fucking...
The rest of you will have to wait till next week.
I hope you're playing along at home.
And there's So in third place comes Mark with 1. In second place comes Mike with 2, and in first place comes Sean with 3.
3 out of 4. Living on a bicycle.
Okay, moving on.
I had a lot of fun there. I hope people played along at home. Let us know if you'd like to see more of this.
Good. Okay, let's talk about next of our TV.
Movie company wouldn't give him the budget that he wanted.
So he said, no.
So he said, screw you guys, I'm going home. And then he signed up to make this.
Oh yeah, they gave him a 10 or more.
Yep. Yeah. And the project was lost, but I would love to see it, The Mountains of Madness.
With Tom Cruise.
With anybody, really.
Yeah. He's a Cthulhu. He's a pretty good Cthulhu. There's like 7 people busting their shit to that joke right now. Somebody's in their car.
The Tom Cruise joke.
There's somebody in their car who knows about Call of Cthulhu, knows about Tom Cruise, and they pulled over to shit their pants. How funny that was.
Yeah, how's it feel, AJ?
Yeah.
So let's mark this.
Fuck. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that this could be the first shocked and appalled of the season, actually.
You didn't even see it. How can you be?
Well, I'm shocked and appalled at how much you guys like this.
Yeah. You gotta go.
Yeah. Maybe Ryan Gosling isn't actually able to speak. Maybe he lost his tongue in an agricultural accident years ago.
Are you kidding me?
No,
he's got one of the best come-ons ever in Gangster Squad. The best, worst movie I've ever seen. He sees Emma Stone from across the room and he goes, "Who's the tomato?" It's incredible.
You see, we've seen Drive, right?
Yeah.
And which some of us didn't like, right?
Who's some of us? That Mike
and Mark, right?
Oh.
This is due to the pregnant pauses. I have a feeling there's going to be even more pregnant or
like an hour of it.
Pauses. Yeah. But I think it's
this is going to be as pregnant as a young one after a school disco.
Can I just jump back on topic there strangely and say
I've seen another move.
Ironside tells the story of recently wheelchaired detective.
Wheelchaired?
Who is
wheelchaired?
He's been wheelchaired.
He used wheelchair.
You just invented a new verb, Mark.
I've just modernized the wheelchair verb. Put you in a wheelchair, you! He wheelchaired him with a ferocious punch. Okay, so anyway, this book gets wheelchaired.
Next one was R.I.P.D., a.k.a. another Men in Black.
A.k.a. Ghost Cops. Ghost Cops.
You know what? This looks like fun.
Yeah.
Just gonna throw it out there. Jeff Bridges is given an interview, right?
Yeah.
Jennifer Lawrence is there for the Hunger Games. She sees Jeff Bridges and goes, "Holy fucking shit!" Runs over behind him, realizes he's being interviewed, and runs away. And he turns around and goes, "Where are you going?" She comes back. She just looks at him. She goes, "Oh my god, I'm your biggest fan. You're so good. Oh my god. Oh fuck the dude." I mean, and the reporter gives her a microphone and goes, "Ask him a question." She goes, "What's your favorite movie that you've done?" And Jeff Bridges is like, "Well, I did this movie called Crazy Heart. There's a new movie from that guy. Have you met Todd or whatever his name is?" And she goes, "Yeah, I have met him. Yeah, I have." And he's like, "Yeah, blah, blah." And they just have this conversation where she just is like a fangirl. And she runs off. And everyone's like, "Oh, she's so cute." And then I just kind of...
She is? What age?
And she has an Oscar.
What age?
Yeah, she's my age.
All right.
I have several...
She's your age. She's won an Oscar. And she's met Jeff Bridges.
Yeah.
Is there nothing this girl can't do?
And she was at Comic-Con. Yeah.
I think that R.I.P.D. is going to be a lot of fun. Also, I wrote the script for this in 2007 and called it Ghost Cop, just so everybody knows. It's a true fact
You'll
story.
catch up. You'll meet her soon, I'm sure. Yeah.
There's something attractive about a girl who looks like she would beat the fuck out of you.
Another of Mike's little fetishes. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, just like a porno Ned Flanders.
Okay, let's
I'm
move on.
left-handed
Okay.
too.
Siberia. Let's talk about Siberia.
Cold Siberia.
Yeah. So next up, a bit of a pop quiz.
Oh, not again! Last week was really embarrassing.
It was, yeah.
You humiliated us.
Quiz. No, not for me. I won.
Here we go. We're going to go straight into it, all right? Mark.
Yes.
Are you there?
I thought you fled.
Yeah, he's running for the door.
You called. Yeah. Mark, name 5 actors whose name begins with John.
I've got this.
That's a pregnant pause.
John Hurt.
Yep.
John William Scott. Sean.
This is getting me.
Because everyone knows that Sean is the Irish for John.
Oh. I'll give you 5 seconds more. Wow.
I'm fucking completely drawn a blank.
I know, it's amazing, isn't it?
Lots
3,
of actors' names.
2, 1.
We're like
Sorry now. Sorry, right.
Pulls on.
I'm gonna have to hand this over.
Malkovich!
Whoa.
Okay, Mike is
John
in
C.
there.
Riley. John McGinley.
Voice!
John Voice. John Lithgow. That's like 5.
Okay. You know what? I don't know who said what, so there's no bonus point being given on this one, right?
Neil
But I would have accepted
something.
Belushi,
Yeah.
Wayne, Goodman, Cusack, Malkovich, Barrymore, Travolta, Cleese, Hurt, and Candy.
Oh, well, you also would have
There's
accepted
lots of-
our ones.
Yeah. So no point there. Mike, name an actress whose surname begins with M.
Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
No, it was Natasha McElhone.
Mike loved that one so much. Go on, give me a
Sean,
stinker.
what
yeah.
character did Lawrence Fishburne play in Man of Steel?
Perry White.
Good man.
Or Perry Black, depending on whether or not you want me to make a joke.
Okay, that's okay. Mark, in Iron Man, what was the name of Tony Stark's digital assistant? Was it A. Jarvis, B. Jerry, C. Jake, or D. Jason?
I have no fucking idea.
Oh my god, Mark.
The middle one.
Out of 4.
Can I guess it?
I'm gonna have to hand it over for a bonus point.
Jarvis.
Fuck off.
Even I knew that. Fuck's sake, man.
Mike, which 70s movie bears the tagline, "The last law in a world gone out of control, pray that he's out there somewhere"?
Dirty Harry?
No. Bonus
Judge
point,
Dredd.
anyone? No.
Fuck my dick.
Mark. Any idea?
Yes.
Any idea?
No.
Okay.
Mad Max.
Mad Max it was. Yeah. You don't get a point for it though.
Jesus.
Sean, can you name any of the creatures that prey on Oompa Loompas in Loompa Land as mentioned by Willy Wonka?
Tigers.
No.
Fuck dogs.
No. Gonna have to hand it over, anyone?
Dragons.
No.
Squirrels.
Okay, I'd have accepted Wangdoodles, Hornswogglers, or Snozwanglers.
Snozwanglers.
Yeah. Mark, the movie Shawshank Redemption, who wrote the original novel?
Pass.
Stephen King.
That's half point, I think, each. We split that one in the middle, like dry firewood.
Mike, name the movie where he's a pool player, a pretty good pool player too.
Oh, crap.
Paul Newman.
Name the movie.
Color Money.
Lucky.
Fuck, I would have said that too. Damn it, I thought I had that one.
Sean, who won the prestigious 2012 Is It a Bicycle Actor of the Year award?
I know this. Oh, yeah. It was, fucking, Bane. Give me a second.
When Gotham is ashes. Yeah, my
You don't be telling him.
Oh no, I know it was Bane. It was Bronson. It was fucking Inception. It
Do
was
do diddle do. Boo.
Lawless, starring Fuck Me.
Okay, bonus point, anyone?
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
Good man, Mark. Hey.
Too slow.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Mark, which movie does this quote come from? You're so wise, you're like a miniature Buddha covered in hair.
Oh, I know this one.
I know you do.
Oh. Oh, No, fuck it. It won't come.
Anyone?
Oh, it's got to be a dog movie. Freaking Eleni
No.
or something.
No.
Beginners?
No.
Wolverine
No.
Origins?
It was Anchorman. It was Ron Burgundy talking to his dog.
Oh, and I saw the quote during the week. Some guy was talking about it. Anyway, sorry, go on.
Mike, which movie is this quote from? Excuse me while I whip this out.
Fuck.
I've got so many guesses lined up already.
Okay, gonna have to pass it over.
I don't know.
Is it Naked Gun?
No.
Is it Airplane?
No.
Is it
Is it Juice Bigelow?
Sorry, what did you say, Mark?
Deuce Bigelow?
Juice Bigelow?
No, it was...
Zoolander.
No, it was Blazing Saddles. Where, you know, the whole town goes,
Yeah.
and then he whips out a piece of paper. Yeah. Sean, who won the prestigious and very competitive 2012 Is It a Bicycle Award for the best use of a catsuit?
Oh, Mike. It was, the answer to your question is, I thought it should have been Scarlett Johansson, so he didn't pick her. He picked, was it Anne Hathaway?
Oh, he's good. He's good.
That was a good one. And, can anyone for a bonus point, who did Mike, give the Lifetime Achievement Award for services rendered?
Mia Jovovich. Was it Mia Jovovich?
What'd you say?
Is it Katie Sackhoff?
Oh no!
No, but it's Kate Beckinsale.
No! Yeah, it was. Jesus. Alright, I think we know who the winner was tonight.
No, tell us
And
the
the
scores.
second place was a draw.
Undefeated, guys.
It's 4-1-1. Yeah.
1 week before I lead the country with my undefeated streak. But how did you guys do at home?
You know, I can't have an action movie. I can't have a zombie movie. I'll get something talky. We can sit down on the couch and watch it together.
Yeah.
Build our relationship. And then the talking veers into stuff. Stuff that causes your other half to examine your own relationship.
Baby, that's just jokes.
Yeah.
This is a fucking landmine of a movie.
It's just a movie, baby.
They don't mean nothing.
This doesn't happen in real life.
Baby, where you going?
Yeah.
Can we put in a door slamming sound effect?
Yeah. So, did you enjoy it, Mike?
I enjoyed the boobs.
I thought we were going to make it out the other side without even bringing up
I
the
know,
partial
yeah,
death
I know.
nudity.
Yeah, that's really all it had going for it.
Okay.
You didn't like the writing, no?
It was well written, it was well shot, it was well acted.
Yeah.
You know, in all objective terms, it's a very good movie.
Yeah.
I just had no interest in it.
Was it as good as Hope Springs?
Enjoyable. Yeah. It was what's that word you hate me to describe a movie as? A romp, is it? Or what's the word?
Oh yeah, a caper.
A caper. That's what it was. It was a
I fucking
caper.
hate that word.
That's what it was. Yeah. It was a caper. It was as superhero movies go, it's
But I do feel like it transcended a little bit. Transcended the usual thing. I thought it was a good film, as well as being a great comic book movie. And I hope I got some cred back from the streets for saying that Man of Steel was a little bit crap shit.
You
what
did,
it was
yeah,
doing.
we
I
appreciate
just-
it.
I'm a little bit shocked. So this is a superhero movie that you liked, Sean?
Yeah, no, I did like this. Unlike the last one we reviewed.
That there was a post-credit scene. Yeah. And I deliberately left early.
That's really funny, actually. That's funny. But,
actually, the post-credit scene, that's worth a watch.
I actually,
it's really worth a watch.
See, I knew the post-credit scene was setting up an X-Men movie.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't give a shit about the X-Men movie.
Fucking asshole, man.
Oh, you're fucking
Just so you know, like, as you left, everyone in that cinema was just going, amateur.
Yeah.
Fucking amateur.
I'm going to give this a post-coital filler.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Right, to try and get the podcast back on track, I'm going to give it barely a thriller.
It looks good though. I always
good.
like Michael Caine, and you know, he always brings something to it. So,
Do you know what it reminds me of? Did you ever see The Beginners? With Ewan McGregor and the dog and this exact same French girl?
No.
Oh, great movie.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of about you. I think Peter O'Toole got an Oscar for it.
Oh, Peter O'Toole's
was
in
it.
it.
Peter O'Toole, or was it the other old guy? I don't know, but basically it's a romantic love story type thing about a guy whose dad, right after his mother dies, of old age, goes, I've been gay the whole time, and starts living his life.
Oh, yeah.
That one. I love that movie. That movie made me cry. It made me laugh a lot.
Cool.
The dog's hilarious.
So what do you think of this one?
It kind of reminds me, in a good way.
Well, that's the thing. They're treading a fine line between people who are as old as me that remember the original and the new people.
But sure, you played it at your 50th, didn't
you? and then the new audience who. And like The Hangover was about as funny as a child's funeral, so I'd say this has to be better than it.
I will shit.
That's an excellent metaphor, Mike.
I will shit in the bag and I'll slap you with the bag.
I think.
Yeah, it's got a lot of imagery. Like I said, there's only one scene in the trailer that has dialogue in it.
Oh, hang on a second.
Yeah.
He's meeting Lawrence Ferlinghetti. He wrote A Coney Island of the Mind.
Okay. Tell us, Mike.
I quite like Lawrence Ferlinghetti. But
what's Coney Island of the Mind, you fucking freak?
Sorry, it's a book of poems from the 60s. It was kind of influential.
Have you read it?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Mark, have you read any poetry books from the 60s?
No. I can't say that I have, Steve. How about you?
Mike happens to have read this one.
Sorry. I'm so sorry, guys.
Jesus
I don't know
Christ.
what to say.
That's why he is our Did You Know Man.
Season 9 just started, and I was getting ready to pack it in. Now, when I say pack it in, I don't mean stop watching the show. I mean, I'm going to decide the show isn't as good anymore and watch it until it ends. But
Mary Queen of Scots related. She had a really peculiar ending. You probably know that she got killed. Sorry if I just ruined Rain for everybody.
Is that how history ends? You gave it away.
He just has to spoil everything.
In which this week features an interview with some famous dude I can't remember the name of.
NBC adds new insult to being wheelchaired. If things were bad enough for Robert T. Ironside being put in a wheelchair and forced to investigate weekly murders, they just got worse, as the network announced the show was being cancelled after just 3 episodes.
Oh, I think we called it.
In fact, it will air its last episode this week.
First.
I probably can't afford to give them $100,000 myself.
So
I'm hoping
every
I get
little
it
helps,
somewhere.
Mike.
yeah, I don't think you get how Kickstarter works. It's not an auction.
I'll do up a diagram for you later.
Yeah.
Mike. Next up is the second of our TV shows. It is Tomorrow People. Sean.
Stephen Jameson has mental problems. Except, hold on, he's not having auditory hallucinations. He's not sleepwalking and engaging in sex somnambula with his neighbor. He can teleport. He has telepathy. He's got powers. He is one of the Tomorrow People. It turns out that the Tomorrow People are a group of essentially mutants. And they're being hunted down by sentinels. Sorry, not sentinels. By geneticists who are like, oh, we don't want to be extinct. And then when Stephen gets recruited by Professor Xavier, when Stephen gets recruited by the very pretty lady, she's like, your father was our leader, and you have to help us. And he's like, no. And then he goes, no way, I will. And then he gets caught by who? The bad guys. And they have to save him. But what about controlling his powers? How will he figure it out? How will he have a normal life, even though he's not normal? What happened to his dad? Will his dad be dead? That's the first episode.
Also, just to comment on the title, apologies. Orange is the New Black is a thing that a lady would say, but what's cool about it is that orange refers to jumpsuits. Great title. I thought it was shit, but then I thought about it.
Ah, okay. So
It took you that long to figure it out.
Yeah, I know.
Seems like it did, Mike.
It's layered, Mike. It's layered. I had to poke at the onion cake.
Okay, it's filler from me.
It's thriller from me.
Filler for me.
So equal. 2020, or we got a 50-50 split for everything so far.
So we're on a streak.
A streak, you could say.
The anti-streak.
Oh, God. It's the anti-streak. Great.
Okay. Mike, Marilyn Monroe's real name.
Betty Swallix.
I got it. I have it. Can I go?
Bonus points.
Norma Jean Baker.
No.
Fucking dick.
I have no fucking idea what her name was.
Any guess there, Mike?
I agree with Mike.
Betty Swallix it is.
Norma Jean Mortensen.
Oh, she married. Oh, come on, she married.
Anyway.
It's like he says everything in the same tone of voice, so you don't know the venom that runs beneath.
Could you imagine him making a 999 call or a 911 call? Yeah, there's some terrorists here. Yeah, they're going to blow up the airport.
There's some murdering going on.
Yeah,
so
a lot of
send
people
a couple
dead.
of cars, probably.
Yeah. You'd probably send an ambulance.
There's a
as
guy
well,
here
yeah.
called Mike McDonough on fire.
So
I don't know how it happened, but I'm going home. I'll leave it to you, right?
I am trying to find.
Is there any other minorities we could fit in there?
Do we have any women? Let's make sure we have lots of women.
Yes, we need to have some women.
Oh yeah, and we've got some slow people as well.
Yeah,
and some fast males.
Yeah, victims.
I would much rather watch the creation of reality TV show if the characters were really, really mean people. You just get a boatload of people like shuffled in at the start going, right, what's wrong with you? Well, I don't know. I'm really poor. I've been homeless for a week. You're in. Okay, next. What's wrong with you? Well, nothing. Get out of here. Next. Oh, you look bad. You look bad at life. Come on over here.
That's like the X Factor interview stage, you know. It's
no, but I mean meaner. And then they start coaching them to say shit that they don't want to say. Talk about your mother. My mom's dead. Oh, perfect. Rolling. Rolling. We're making 2 girls.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not going to want to watch that. Yeah. And then I laughed at the trailer a bunch of times.
Yeah, I'm just hoping all the gags aren't in the trailer. That's all.
I have faith. I like Sandra. Sandra makes me feel erections.
Apparently they roll. Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm going to give this a fucking glorious 2. This is the best 2 I've ever seen.
Same for me. I was just going to say you can't rate this on a scale with regular movies.
No.
You know, a B movie is a 1, 2, or a 3 tops.
Yeah.
So it's a 2 for me as well, but it's a very enjoyable 2.
Yeah. I guess B movies are a scale of 1 to 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a 2. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So this movie, I don't think I found it quite as funny as you guys did.
Yeah.
What I will say, it was a lot less shit than I expected.
High praise indeed, Mike. For just a moment during those 2 hours of this film, Mike's world weariness and jadedness lifted, and he almost thought there might be a reason to have a look at what tomorrow brought.
So, as you say, there were some really good moments in it. It was super formulaic. You know, you could predict virtually every fucking scene in it.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah.
As you sat there cynically trying to predict every scene.
But was that not half the crack with it? Like, because you knew it's kind of one of those sketches, like, you know, the Fast Show, the owl lad who always falls into a hole or something. Yeah. You know it's going to happen, and then when it happens, eventually, it's the funniest thing. You know, it's that kind of comedy.
Well, yeah, you see, I'll give it that for something like Sharknado.
Okay, yeah.
Which is obviously a labour of love.
Right.
Whereas this is your mainstream blockbuster Hollywood thing.
There were so many sharp lines in this as well, though.
Yeah, there were. I'll grant you that.
Yeah.
But isn't Jesus, Mike? You're fucking
Come on, Mike.
But isn't for a comedy like this, that's a fucking remake of a remake, for example, right? Of course it's predictable, but the success is in the endeavor. If they can make you laugh with the journey to that thing that you know is coming, then they've done their job. They're not trying to fucking surprise you. This isn't something that has a twist around every corner, like. And I guarantee you, when it eventually comes out in DVD, the tagline won't see the year's most shocking mystery, you know, is revealed. It's going to be, you know, a funny fucking film, like.
The man speaks true.
You're very cynical this week. Turning 40 did not do you any good at all.
It made me even grumpier than I was before.
It obviously did, like you must have been, well, I'm fucking 40 and I have to watch fucking films. So you just went in completely depressed.
On my holidays.
And Sandra Bullock is 49 and she looks way better than I do.
Yeah, she does.
Fuck her anyway.
That is her job, though.
Yeah. So, do we mark it?
We may as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to give this a 7. Because I laughed a lot. Yep.
Yeah, it's leaning towards an 8 just for the funniness factor, but like there's no weight, and as Mike said, it's very predictable.
Yeah.
So it's a solid 7. I think people will enjoy it if they go and see it.
I'm going to give it a fairly decent 6. Yeah, I didn't laugh enough to push it into the 7, but there were some good laughs in it. I won't argue that point.
Okay.
That's was you're crying at the same time.
No, leave it. Let it go, Steve. Okay.
So, all we can hope is that the writers are smarter than I'm giving them credit for, and that Dexter can go through one final evolution before he fades away. Now, if you guys don't mind, I've got to get back to the craps tables, because I still don't know how that game works, and I've lost $1,000. So if anyone wants to send me an email at sean@isitabicycle.com explaining how gambling works and how best to protect one's knees from being snapped, I would appreciate it. As always, I miss you guys. Good luck back in the studio. Steve? Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. Come on.
Okay, it didn't flick into my head when I saw that. I just got into the spirit of it. I was like, you stupid bastards.
Okay, yeah.
Jeez, I don't know. I mean, it opens
Were you watching the same thing we were watching, Mike?
It opens with a cop with a bottle of whiskey and a tear running down his face.
I know.
And I thought, oh, fuck, not another cop on the edge. Jesus Christ.
Who's lost everything for the job.
Nothing left to live for.
Thriller.
I'm going to filler this one until I see you guys coming back in a few weeks saying, Mike, you got to watch this. I'm going to let this
I wouldn't
go.
give you the fucking satisfaction, Mike. If you don't want to watch it, don't bother your hole.
Give you the steam of me piss.
I'm going to keep this to myself now. Me and Steve, it's going to be our thing.
Yeah.
The movie careers towards a classic Mexican standoff with 3 or 4 different factions, all looking to be the last man standing.
Oh, nicely put.
Want to be years at it, Steve?
You're wasted on this podcast. You know that? Absolutely wasted.
It's not really the done thing in Ireland. I've often tried to start a slow clap at the end of films until my wife gives me a clip around the ear.
And security comes to remove you.
She's this year's Starbuck, is she, Mike?
That's it, yeah.
What's her name?
Lena Headey.
Well, she was in the original.
Was she in the original? I don't remember
She was
that.
in the original, I'm pretty sure.
All right. Lena.
Lena.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
From Dredge, Game of Thrones, Cersei.
Yeah, that was her, Queen Gorgo.
Oh, well spotted, Mikey.
Hang on now.
Meow,
Queen Gorgo is the mother of, is the wife of Leonidas, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So she was in the first one.
Yeah.
So who did you say was good? Do I not get some praise?
No.
Where's my doggy treat for saying she was in 300? You always fucking prefer Mike, you bollocks.
Oh, you're talking to me. Did I say that?
Yeah.
Sorry,
I told Mike.
Sorry, Mike.
He was well spotted. And I just went, she was in the original.
Mike, sorry, I didn't mean to compliment you out of turn there.
That means I'm not even going to get a high five.
No.
Fuck you.
No. I get in too much trouble. You know how jealous he gets.
Just don't tell him about the
So
same
this is a definite watch for me. Like,
Yeah.
I loved.
What's this Marine 3 you watched, by the way?
Oh, Marine 3, yeah. That was...
John Cena?
No. It's the sequel to the John Cena one. In fact, it's the sequel to the sequel, hence Marine 3. Homefront.
That's how numbers work.
Smart boss. He didn't even mean it.
Yeah, but it's got one of my favorites. Such a shocking crime in writing. Like, you don't put the backstory in the dialogue.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve, do you want to come for a coffee and we can talk about how I met you 5 years ago and you moved down from Dublin and we found we had some things in common. Yeah, I'll meet you in a minute.
So then that somebody doesn't have to put in explainers at the start. Paris has a great park.
Yeah.
Just to make sure you know you're in France now.
So what would they do? Maybe just randomly scatter croissants around the fucking grass? Like,
have a dude with a black and white
Mike,
stripy jumper and onions around his neck walking by, you know.
This is why we are podcasters and critics and not set directors and things like that, because that's not our fucking job. But what we can do is we can point out the absence of this job being done well, which is what I've just done.
Oh, what was...
It was filler for me, but I think there's some good moments in it, and I think there are some good points. I think it is not the worst TV show I've ever seen.
Not the worst. Yeah. That's up there.
Go on, name a worse one, Mark. See, you got nothing.
Got nothing. You're right, Mike.
Game, set, and
high
match.
Five. No defense. That's just amazing.
God, I love internet connection problems.
He's back. So, Mike, what did you think?
He's not even going to know about that.
I know. You'd have to. I know.
Sucker.
What do you reckon, Mike?
They had some attractive girls.
Oh, they did, yeah.
Yeah. They did a good job on that.
Tick that box for you, Mike.
Yeah. Apart from that, I really struggled to find anything. I actually had a sort of, I suppose epiphany is the wrong word, but a change of outlook. When I got about 2/3 of the way through this, I realized this is a fucking serious show. This is a B movie.
Yeah.
That somebody accidentally rebranded as a serious show.
A B movie with money, yeah.
And once I had accepted that, then I found I could enjoy it a little bit more.
Yeah.
And you know, take it in good grace when they did such appalling fucking things.
Yeah, you know, I have to admit, I had to switch it off after 20 minutes when I was watching it the first time, and then I actually, my commitment to the podcast, I went back and watched the rest of it, knowing how bad it was. Yeah. And man, it was tough. I couldn't leave the brothers, you know, go solo on this one. So,
well, I was the same. I soldiered through episodes 1 and 2 for the good of the podcast.
I just had to go back to it anyway. When I went back to it, then you know, I think because my expectation was now so low, that it actually wasn't as bad as it had been the first 20 minutes, but it's still absolute filler, and never watching it again.
I
avoid.
To paraphrase that saying about warfare, you know, it's you don't watch for your country, you watch for the man who's watching beside you.
Very good. Okay.
Did you know with my...
Yeah, I was reminded watching Please Like Me. Do you remember when your man is Googling the giraffes?
Oh, yeah.
It just popped into my head when I watched that. That, you know, male and female giraffes eat different levels of foliage, so they don't compete for food.
It's not because one's taller than the other?
One is slightly taller, but he doesn't bend down. He's well able to reach the females once, but he leaves it for the females.
No way. Mike, I did not know that. And it even relates to the program we're watching. Mark, did you know that?
I did not know that either, Steve. Well done, Mike.
Tune in next week for another riveting Did You Know?
Bit of a wham bam, thank you ma'am, did you know this week?
You lazy bastard.
You feel like you've just been rummaged and then thrown in a dumpster at the back of a cheap motel.
Right.
Clean yourself up.
You want to be famous, don't you?
I had a look at that Alec Baldwin thing. Was it seduced and abused, or
what Mike calls
seduced and
Saturday
abandoned?
night.
That was the court case, Mike. So next up, we've got more previews in Coming to a Bicycle near you.
Oh, you're spoiling with some of these Ferrero Rocher.
Okay, first one was... Oh, was the name of it? Getaway. Yeah. Getaway. What do we think of this? Ethan Hawke.
I like the look of this one.
Ethan Hawke in it, yeah. Actually, yeah, there's a couple of twists in it. What is he, a race car driver? He's a
pretty good race car driver. Before any Ethan gets to it.
I thought he was a race car driver with a particular set of skills.
Yeah. I think that's what it's going to be. Yeah.
Yeah, there's elements of Taken, elements of Days of Thunder.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of, what's the Jamie Foxx, Tom Cruise film with the taxi driver? Collateral
Damage, is it? Yeah.
What?
Collateral Damage, is it?
Oh, I think it's just Collateral.
Just Collateral.
Collateral Damage has
That's
Arnie.
when Tom Cruise has the grey hair.
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a bit like that, and it also has elements of phone booth to it.
Yeah, it does actually, yeah. But it looks like an action-packed movie from start to finish. So,
or did they make a deceptive trailer?
Or did they? We'll have to see. Yeah.
If this is full of silent pauses, Steve, I'm never fucking talking.
I don't think it would be possible with Ethan Hawke anyway. After what was the movie we watched there a few weeks ago? The third in the trilogy.
Oh yeah, the one with the boobs.
Oh my!
What was the name of it? Oh, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Oh,
Before midnight.
Before midnight. Yeah.
You know, Mike, sometimes I think that you're really hard to read, and then other times I think that the person who wrote you was using crayon in 6 different languages.
Exactly, yeah. Except they're in a maximum security prison. Once you go in, you're never coming out.
Super ultra maximum.
Yeah. Get the rats back in the hole. Yeah. So,
What's that place in Colorado? It's got some funny name like Flowerland or something.
A prison?
Yeah.
Flower?
It's America's most maximum fucking prison.
Really? I think you're referring to the Colorado prison, ADX Florence, was it?
Yeah, that's the one.
Is that the one?
Yeah.
Supermax.
Yeah.
With an X,
not
a C.
Flowerland.
Yeah. Welcome to Flowerland, boys. So, let's go to the news with Mark.
Avoiding stake through the heart jokes about True Blood proving difficult. The next season of the vamp banging, werewolf pounding, titty thumping, hiney hounding supernatural smutfest is coming to an end. HBO has declared that though the season held an average viewership of 10 million per episode, they feel the series has run its course. In light of Charlene Harris releasing the final Sookie Stackhouse novel later in the year, they may have got the timing right on. The final 10 episodes will mean that star Anna Paquin may finally stop losing weight, dropping a cup size each season to where she is now wearing bras designed for small overweight boys. Every cloud, bicyclers and bicyclettes, every cloud. The Glades cliffhanger, now in perpetuity. The only thing worse than your favourite show being cancelled is it being cancelled right after a cliffhanger season end, and for the 14 fans of The Glades so afflicted, this is indeed a very bad day. The fourth season didn't maintain the audience of previous seasons of the police drama, and A&E, it's a TV station, folks, have said that unfortunately there will be no resolution to the story. Star Matt Passmore, who plays police detective Jim Longworth, was shot down on his wedding day in the series 4 finale. For him, at least, things will not get any worse. That's it from the news desk, Steve. Back to you in the studio.
Very good. Thanks, Mark. Tell me, what's the Glades?
I have no idea.
It's a cop show set down in Florida.
It's one of the few shows we ducked.
The answer to the question,
is it procedural, Mike?
I saw a couple episodes.
Yeah.
You have to stay up really late at night here to watch that.
I've seen worse shite, like.
I'd say you have.
Oh, speaking of which, actually, it just reminded me.
Where's that show where they eat the feces? Damn it!
There's a trailer.
What's this cop show?
That was Scott Squad.
I can't believe they cancelled Scat Squad.
8 seasons in the council. No, so a trailer.
Loads of shit left.
Geez, could keep this going.
Yeah.
But,
and her entire family have never seen any of the Star Wars movies.
What?
I swear to God, when I found this out, I couldn't sleep that night.
Have they been...
I got up a couple of times and picked up the DVD set, and I was nearly in the car. To bring it up to them. I said, oh, not at 3 a.m. They won't appreciate it, Mark. Wait for daylight.
Have they all been living in the Dagobah system for the last 20 years?
That would be ironic. I've no idea. I have no idea how you could actually manage that, because aside from the movies, you've had the cartoons and all the rest of it, and they have kids and all who would have been of an age. Mm-hmm. So I don't know how they managed it. I don't know.
Wow.
But it really annoyed me because their dog looks like Chewbacca, and I was the only one in the room that got the joke. I said, do you know who he looks like? I expect them to go Chewbacca, and nobody said anything. No, he looks like Chewie from Star Wars. And I said, who? When I was telling them, when I was there going, have you never seen Star Wars? And showing them my indignation, someone goes, oh, are you a Trekkie? And this brought me to a complete halt, and I just looked at her. And then I shook my head and just carried on. And
that's funny.
Jesus, there's so much education to be done.
Next up, let's talk about second of our movies, which is Mr. Captain Phillips. Oh, look at that. Sorry, just a second.
That's a really nice picture of a goat on your phone.
Yeah, Steve, I have to get up and close the door, but you carry on. I haven't seen this.
I'll wait for you.
Okay. Neil, look at this.
Nah.
He's been asleep since the podcast started. Not a recommendation for our readership. The twerky former Hannah Montana was back in the headlines this week for lighting what looks suspiciously like a doobie on stage at Europe's VMAs. Her silver spandex and tomfoolery in getting her twerk on and rolling her tongue eclipsed real stars of the show One Direction, who took 2 separate awards in the night, with Harry Styles also picking up a gong for Best Look. Sorry. Hello? How's it going, man?
Well, he'll have to keep going for another, 3 years? 4?
No.
Oops. Right, you're cutting that out, Steve. No, I'm fucking deadly serious. You're cutting that out. Cut it from Sean's question to the end of the fucking Jesus.
That's going to have to go in the best of outtakes.
But not till next season.
Because there's a fuckload of people that I have tea with at work watch Game of Thrones. And they haven't read the books, and they would go fucking mental if they heard that.
I haven't read them.
I know that, Sean. It's bad enough they spoil it on you. They don't give a fuck about that.
Well, I don't know when it is, so don't ever.
Hey,
God.
man, you asked the question.
Damn it. God damn it.
I'm just saying it happens so often in the States that there can't be a good time to make this. It's always too soon, because every couple of months some asshole goes into a school in the States and does it.
It's still a bit taboo. Well, not even taboo. It's just too soon, at the moment, I think. Like, had you belonged to a family of a victim or something, or involvement or something like that, Jesus.
Yeah.
I don't know, you could say anything about any of the war movies that are made, I guess, but this, the way it's approached, I'm sort of like,
Well, it does say inspiring and unforgettable on the blurbs.
it also should say shocked and appalled. I think we're going to have to watch this one, just to try and figure it out and see, because it certainly does look. It's great to have AJ here. Geez, I haven't seen him in about 5 years. And,
yeah.
And then this is what you do.
Yeah. Thanks very much for having me, lads.
I really like what you've done with your hair,
Oh, it's different, isn't it?
No, I'm just wondering how you get it to come out of your nostrils like that.
So who do we go to?
So from Mike, Mark, Steve, and Shona, stay classy.
What about Sean?
I fucking forgot one. Hang on a second. So from Mike, Mark, Steve, Sean, and Shona, stay classy.
So
Okay.
if you've got an opinion you want to share with us, feel free to drop us a line on podcast@isitabicycle.com, or you can follow us on Twitter @isitabicycle. And what we try and do is we give you a couple tweets each week letting us know what we're going to watch so that you can watch it yourself and review along with us as you listen to the podcast. So that's @isitabicycle. Really easy to remember.
So that's it. So you're off now.
Yeah, I'm leaving. Probably
You're leaving?
On a jet plane.
So we'll be
I'll be back
getting
again.
weekly after the credits sections from you. So it won't be the last you'll hear of Sean.
No, you have to listen.
But if
to
you'd
them.
like it to be the last year of Sean, just
Write
email
in.
us
Yeah.
at
podcast@isitabicycle.com. Yeah. Just so you guys know, I'm going to be making cardboard cutout versions of you guys.
Oh, yeah.
And still Skyping Mark, presumably. And just kind of like making sure you agree with me and nod. Just having a streak every time I record a podcast. So look forward for that.
Can we have a fade out on this episode with the Darth Vader end scene?
No! Or the Lonely Man music from the Incredible Hulk TV series. I will accept that also.
As he's hitchhiking down the road.
Yeah.
Or no, actually, it has to be Laura Wilder, doesn't it?
Oh, no. It should be.
So from Mike, Mark, Steve, and Sean, stay classy.
Never thought I could feel so good.